Hey guys, today is all about survival foods. I got some yam growing in this section about 5 feet by 15 inches wide, and it's in a raised bed connected to the ground. So we're about to harvest to see how much I got growing in here, because this is actually the first year that I'm growing it in this space. It doesn't get full sun until it gets past this wall, which is pretty normal in this patio space. But yeah, they're able to get sun even in the winter. But as you can see, the plants have died back. Yeah, I mean, they're tropical. So aside from harvesting, I thought in this video I would show you how I got them to sprout and planting them in earlier last year, and talk about what kind of amendments I did and added to the soil. I actually got ube, which is the purple yam, also known as khoai tim in Vietnamese, and khoai to is the other variety, but the other type, which I have no idea what the English name is, but it tastes like a yam, so I'm gonna assume it's like a type of something related to yam. Yeah, so it's my first time harvesting these, especially in this location. We're gonna dig it up, ply it, and carefully dig it by hands, because I'm just afraid of breaking them because I grow them in such, close proximity. Yeah, so let's get started. I got my I don't know, harness thing, because I got an action camera. Hopefully this would help me out and make my job much easier as I'm filming these sort of, I don't know, garden and activity. So, all right, let's get going. Okay, before I show you how I got these tubers to sprout, let me show you what an ube looks like. It is so beautiful with this purple color. They have the white variety as well, but this one, I love it so much because it's so beautiful. So yeah, this is a yam. And then the other one I'm about to show you, these are called khoai to. There are two varieties here. I think they could be related to yam. They taste similar to the ube purple yam. To get them to sprout, all I did was to cover them lightly with some soil. I started them early indoor and kept them warm with the grow lights and kept the soil a little bit moist until they started peaking up. Then they're ready to be transplanted. To get started planting, I wanted to aerate the soil and just really fluff it up, add some nutrients to it. So I started using these lava rocks. This would make a nice home for these microbes. This is a completely optional step, but the lava rocks were actually in one of my favorite potting soils, so I thought I would try adding this in the raised bed. I also added some worm castings, rock dust, and the Espoma garden tone fertilizer. Mixed everything in. Now it's ready to plant. Wow, look at the root system here. After I split open, I noticed that it's actually purple here now. Maybe because it's old? I wonder if those little nodules at the end will form new tubers later on. I sprinkled some mycorrhiza in to help with root growth and to reduce transplant shock. As for the khoai to, it's my first time planting them, so just in case, I thought I would leave some with the tuber on and some without. Then I'm using these hooks and the strings to guide them up. Once the weather starts to warm up, they're going to be growing really quickly, so better be prepared. And even though this is using the lower and lean method, I am not going to lean them over. They're just going to stay hanging just like this. By August, everything was so lush. You can see this purple yam. The leaves are very soft, and they even produce these little air potatoes. However, I decided to keep them on just to see what happens. Maybe they'll keep growing. But through winter, the plant was dying back, so these little air potatoes were also shriveling up. Very angular. Notice how different the stems of these purple yam looks against the khoai to. The purple yam's got the angular stems, whereas the khoai to's got that thorns, and just that stem is so strong I could not even break it with my bare hands. The backside of the khoai to leaves is also a little bit fuzzy. Okay, you can see everything that's died back. This is the khoai to, which looked really beautiful. But yeah, it's definitely ready to be harvested. And then what you're seeing here, these green ones, are actually the grass jelly. So grass jelly is a much more hardy, cold tolerant plant compared to these other two kinds. As you can see, I got 12 plants growing here. I feel something. Quite nervous. I really don't know what to expect. Oh my goodness, I found something that rotted away totally. Let's hope this is the old one, not that it's because it got cold and wet. I'm so worried that I took too long to harvest, and we got so much rain this year. So much rain. It was raining like for maybe 3 days. Barely any break in between. I'm only feeling the head of this thing right now. I'm not feeling any tubers. You guys, having difficulty with the other so-called maybe yam. This is the ube. Look, this is so, it's a good size, and it's going in pretty deep. I'm really excited. I have no clue how deep this is gonna go. This is definitely the biggest so far that I have ever grown, because I wasn't giving them enough sun in the past. This has taken so much longer than I expected. Ooh. Look at these. These are definitely the biggest I've ever grown. Wow, thank you. Okay. One down. Whoa. Oh my God, thank you. Whoa. It's like the size of my, actually it's bigger than my feet. I'm just afraid the other variety is just rotted out because of so much rain. It's so cold for them. That one seems to be gone. Hopefully there's bits of it left over that would just sprout back up next, in the spring. Rotted out as well. My fault. Okay. Something very unexpected. I thought there was zero hope in those quite though, but look, looks like the roots would like extend out and then form these tubers, and they're supposed to be a lot bigger than this, but I'm so lucky that I still got something, because it's my first time growing these. That means I'll be able to, well, I should be able to grow them again since I got these, and this, and look at that. There's another little one. Yay, thank you. That was not a good idea. But check this out, you guys. Oh my gosh, my ube is huge. Look at the size of this thing. Dang. Wow. So to sum up, what I learned this year is that instead of waiting around for these air potatoes to possibly get bigger, I should have just plucked them off and planted to see what happens. As for the result of my harvest this year, I think the biggest contribution is because this is in full sun. I normally do mineralize and add all these good things to the soil, so I think that actually is more of like a health benefit for me and for the plants, of course, but the sun is definitely the biggest thing when it comes to growing plants like fruits or flowers or tubers. Okay, well, that was pretty darn cool, huh? I can't believe it. This is the best ube I've ever grown, and I think the secret is to have them exposed to full sun. Again, I say full sun. So these are all I got off of 3 plants. So that's all I'm going to be harvesting on camera today. It is getting dark, but be sure to follow me on social media. I do more like instant updates of things, so I will have the rest of the harvest posted there. And thank you so much, you guys, for making this far in the video. If you want to check out more about ube, how to grow them, how to eat them, I'll point you to those videos right up there. I'll see you right back here in the next one. Bye.